Happy Friday the 13th. At last we have Jason X, a movie that comes right out and says, look, there's nothing left to do, so fuck it. It's Jason in outer space.
You gotta be kidding me.
We all know what it is, so take it or leave it. This time with the highest budget yet of the series, of an estimated $14 million, and with a sci-fi comedy setting like Alien Resurrection. It begins at the Crystal Lake Research Facility sometime in the future, the year 2008. We all chuckle. At least that's when Jason is first executed for the murder of nearly 200 people.
We executed him for the first time in 2008.
But after numerous execution attempts, they find out he's indestructible, so instead they cryogenically freeze him. Then we jump ahead to the year 2455. We'll have a tough time surpassing that one. Some type of archaeological expedition brings a group of scientists to Earth to dust off the old research facility and find Jason frozen along with one of the scientists. This time Jason gets back to business before he can even move. Oh man!
Oh shit! I forgot my arm.
Yeah, here you go, dumbass.
And in case you were wondering, this is how all female scientists dress in the future. Uh-oh, somebody's getting laid. And that's all it takes for Jason to get up again. And now for the Sub-Zero kill, number 5 in my top 13 moments. Then we're explained what's happening in the most brilliantly self-aware bit of dialogue ever spoken in the whole series.
Finally, it was decided that if we couldn't terminate him, we could at least contain him. Cryogenic stasis. But unfortunately, some people who were too smart for their own good felt that a creature that couldn't be killed was simply too valuable to just file away. In the end, it always comes down to money.
Now get ready for this. It's a fucking monster in a Friday the 13th film!
I just saved your ass.
But it turns out it's just a simulation, a virtual type game, sort of like the holodeck on Star Trek. What's really cool is that Jason kills them inside the sim.
Screw this, game over!
But then he gets to kill them all over again in real life. That's a good way to double the body count. And just when you thought anything from Star Trek could happen in this movie...
Well, could you beam us off or something?
Beam us off?
Hondo, you got a BFG? You're with me.
Did he say BFG?
Hondo, you got a BFG?
Like the gun from Doom?
You got a BFG?
And he's so casual. They don't try to draw any attention to it. They slip it right in like it's perfectly normal. There would be a BF fucking G. Big fucking gun. There's a great scene where they create a simulation for Jason just to keep him distracted.
Hey, you want a beer?
Or do you want to smoke some pot?
Or we can have premarital sex.
And they do a repeat of the sleeping bag kill from part 7. I put this at number 2 in my top 13 moments, but that's only because he swings the sleeping bag more times. I wasn't aware that in part 7 it originally was several hits, but the MPAA made them cut it down to only 1. Had it not been for that, I would have surely chosen the part 7 sleeping bag kill. An android fights Jason, blows him to bits, and then he regenerates as some kind of Mecha Jason, or Uber Jason as everyone calls him. What else is there to say? Jason X is completely insane. To say that this one is different from the rest is an understatement. It's as ridiculous as you'd expect, it's a terrible film, but it's lots of fun. Next came Freddy vs. Jason, a reminder that I've already reviewed that one. Basically, it's awesome. To see Freddy and Jason finally battle was a real treat. It gave us exactly what was promised. I should have put this at my number 1 moment, but I keep forgetting to count it as a Friday the 13th film. So you can say my top 13 moments was just for Jason solo. After all, this was the biggest movie of the franchise with a $25 million budget. I also reviewed the 2009 version, which is sort of a remake of parts 1 through 3, with Mrs. Voorhees being slain early on, Jason with the potato sack, and finally with the hockey mask. This time Jason's in the woods again, back to basics. Nothing new, just with a larger budget of $19 million, making it much more polished looking than the original 3. I didn't hate this one, I just thought it was okay. There was no purpose of making it. And now there's talk of another one, which will be the 13th Friday the 13th film, and you know they'll only release it on a Friday the 13th. I think what we need to see next is Jason versus Michael Myers, but that'll never happen. Whenever two different companies own each of the characters, it's almost impossible, because God forbid they'd have to split the profits 50-50. You know, 50% is more than nothing, which is what it's making right now. The Friday the 13th series has a similar kind of charm as Godzilla, because it's impressive and hilarious that there exists so many sequels for something that seems like such a simple concept. Its longevity is its legacy, and how we cheer for Jason as we do Godzilla, but none of the other characters matter much to us. These movies are far from perfect. Many of them are absolutely awful, but never without their highlights. We celebrate them for their flaws, taking them for what they are. We like discussing them, we like talking about what we like and dislike. So now I'm done with Friday the 13th. Time to move on.
Just shut up about Jason, will you?